Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Video Clips and a couple of announcements. The first thing is, don't forget about this coming Friday. If you are in the Central Ohio area, we are starting a sort of happy hour for healthy people with an hour of yin yoga and some light refreshments. 5:30 is the time, and you can try that class for free. Again, it's for people who live in Central Ohio, so you'd have to be driving distance of Worthington, but we'd love to have you join us. And I also wanted to let you know I have the fall semester for the Wellness Form Institute put together. We're going to offer, of course, the Diet Lifestyle course. We offer that every semester. And this is a great program for health professionals, obviously, but also for lay people who take it just because they want information. There's a module on mental health and musculoskeletal health and children's health, men's health, women's health, autoimmune diseases, gastrointestinal disorders, the science of nutrition, couple of modules on that. It is really cancer, very, very broad, 45 hours of education divided into 15 modules. And then for the Nutrition Educator program, we're going to be offering sports nutrition, abnormal psych and eating disorders, and also plant-based nutrition and health. So if you're interested in professional development programs, get in touch with us. Whether you're licensed and you're looking for a career change, or not licensed and you decided midlife, or in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, you'd like to be doing something to help people with their health, we have programs for everybody. So send me an email at pampopper@msn.com. So what I'm going to talk about today shows you that we definitely need more people involved in helping others with their health, particularly when it comes to nutrition. So I'm going to talk about kids today. I mean, a lot of people are concerned about the mental health of children right now. We are seeing unprecedented levels of childhood depression and anxiety and suicidal ideation. So we need to pay attention to this, to do something about it. But just as alarming is the state of our children's physical health. New research from Children's Hospital in Chicago shows that fewer than 1/3 of children between the ages of 2 and 19 scored well on the American Heart Association Life's Essential 8 assessment of 8 predictors for measuring heart health. And these include diet, physical activity, nicotine exposure, sleep duration, weight, cholesterol, glucose levels, and blood pressure. There were a total of 9,888 children evaluated. I think the results are alarming, and the children's scores worsened as they got older. Only 2.2% of all of the children in the study had optimal heart health. In the 2 to 5 age group, only 56.5% of kids rated well. 6 to 11 age group, only 22.5% scored well. And by adolescents, only 14% had good heart health scores. The scores based on diet were the worst in all age groups. I mean, they were just terrible. In the youngest age group, heart health scores based on diet, 61 out of 100. By the time these kids were adolescents, the average score is 18.5 out of 100 on diet. This is not the first time that warning bells have been rung concerning children's cardiovascular health. For some time, the American Academy of Pediatrics has recommended that all children between the ages of 9 and 11 be screened for high plasma cholesterol levels. In July 2008, the AAP published guidelines for treating high cholesterol in children, recommending a diet that includes fruit, vegetables, fish, whole grains, and low-fat dairy products for children over the age of 2. That is so general as to be probably not worth much. I don't think most parents know how to fix diet for their kids, and I would take issue with the low-fat dairy products. But the next part, for kids at high risk of cardiovascular disease and high cholesterol levels, pharmacological intervention is recommended if diet alone doesn't lower LDL levels enough. According to the AAP, children older than 8 can take bile acid binding resins, statins, cholesterol absorption inhibitors, and fibrates, which decrease plasma triglyceride levels. The AAP mentions potential referral to a dietitian and maybe fiber supplements if needed. And of course, a well-structured plant-based diet would negate any need for fiber supplements. It's very disappointing. I looked quite a bit through the AAP's websites, and I couldn't find any specific guidance that would help pediatricians to help families with overweight, obese kids, or who have biomarkers for serious disease. Classes teaching diet and lifestyle skills for families and cooking classes for kids and food tastings in the pediatric office, I think would be a great start. And I've advocated for a very long time for pediatricians to expand their practices to include some focus on family health, since children and adolescents can't change their diets without some assistance. Some pediatricians are starting to do this, and gosh, it's much needed. In the meantime, parents really do need to take control of the family diet. Of course, that's one of the reasons to join Wellness Forum. We can help with that. But here are a couple of suggestions for parents. Children don't need tall friends, they need parents. And parents decide what kids are going to eat in general. Parents decide what kids are going to learn and read and that sort of thing. I think one of the most pernicious things that's happened in childhood health is this idea of kid food. When I was a kid, there wasn't any kid food, there was just food. And so this idea that kids eat macaroni and cheese and cheeseburgers and French fries and chicken nuggets while parents eat healthier food is ridiculous. Children need to be taught to eat good food, and it's not easy to do. But I have always told parents, if you were looking for something easy, having children was the wrong way to go about that. Another thing is kids are really interested in foods that they grow and or choose. So gardens, trips to the farmer's market, grocery store, choosing recipes to try and learning how to cook are great ways to get kids interested in good food. And even in grade school, they can become interested in looking through recipe books and looking for things to try and that sort of thing. And then last but not least, differentiating between food and a treat. Extreme perfectionistic diets don't work for kids or adults, but you can make the point in your own household that chocolate, cookies, and cake are party food, not part of the daily fare. These data are awful, and they should provide some motivation for doctors and parents to work on improving the diets and health of kids. The longer bad habits are practiced, the harder they are to break. And teaching kids the importance of diet and health is one of the best investments that we can make in our future, in my opinion. Now, when I grew up, there wasn't a lot of bad food to eat, so you didn't have to have a whole lot of conversation about food. I mean, we didn't have a lot of money when I was a kid. My grandparents were European, so they had big gardens and a fruit orchard, and they canned and so healthy eating was just sort of what you did. It was what was available. Today, healthy eating has to be deliberate. And the problem that parents have is they have to counter the advertising on TV, the aisles full of garbage in the grocery stores, and what the kids are exposed to at school and athletic events. And it really is a lot of work, and it's quite different than it was when I was a kid. And so I have some sympathy for parents, because with everything else that's going on in the world today, one more thing to do every week is sometimes a little much, but the consequences of not doing it are really horrible, and the rewards for doing it are really great. Healthy kids who eat healthy food and appreciate healthy food and understand why they're doing what they're doing and can carry that into adulthood. So anyway, let's do better. All in all, let's do better. And if you don't know where to start, that's where we can help. That's one of the things membership at Wellness Forum does, is provide a lot of tools and resources for teaching entire families how to improve their health with food. So that's it for today. As usual, pass this on to anybody who you think would learn from watching it, and I will be back to you tomorrow with more news.